Don't play with the tuning mechanism on your piano unless you know what you're doing, and even in that case it's probably a bad idea. With that out of the way, welcome back to the channel. My name is Linus. This is an Amiga 500 from the 1980s. The Amiga had amazing sound capabilities for its time. So people wrote a lot of music software for it and came up with file formats for storing music on disk, and one of these file formats, the so-called ProTracker module, or MOD for short, became immensely popular and ended up as the standard way of distributing music on the Amiga. So you'll find mod files in everything from commercial games to demo scene productions and standalone tunes. In a ProTracker module, music is constructed from samples. A sample can be a drum, a note, several notes together, or even a longer phrase. By changing the playback rate, you can obtain different pitches, but this will also affect the overall speed of the sample. In addition to the samples, every mod file contains patterns. These are data tables that define when and how to play the samples, and the pattern data has a crucial role in this project. The Amiga can play up to 4 samples at the same time, and you can update the pitch and volume while a sample is playing. But in the mod format, you can't just change these parameters any way you want. You have to manipulate them through a quirky set of commands. And you're also limited to 31 samples per song. Because of these restrictions, making a good ProTracker module requires creativity and puzzle-solving skills. Many people hone their skills in this art, and one of the undisputed masters is Jogeir Liljedahl, who has released over 100 covers and original songs in the mod format. His Guitar Slinger from 1993 is one of the most well-known mods of all time. Guitar Slinger contains 30 samples, so I could in principle have recorded just 30 video clips, one for each sample, and recreated the entire song from that. But while that would have sounded alright, the video would have been boring to watch, because for each instrument you'd always see me playing the same note over and over, with the video running at a different speed for every pitch. Another approach would be to make one video clip per note. But that's not quite it either, because there are pitch bends and vibrato effects in the pattern data, and that should be baked into the video clips as well. So I ended up writing 2 computer programs. The first program analyzes the pattern data of Guitar Slinger, looking at all the pitch-related effects and cataloging all the different ways in which a sample is played. So for instance, sample number 19 is played in 37 distinct ways, such as in this way, the original set of 30 samples explodes into a total of 221 sound clips. The program also outputs an edit list that specifies when and on what channel to play each sound clip, and how to adjust its volume over time based on the volume effects. The second program takes the edit list and the sound files and puts everything back together. So at this point, if you listen to the output, you can verify that you get the original tune back. Next, I set about meticulously recreating each of the 221 sound clips as closely as possible on camera. In this way, I could gradually replace the extracted sound clips with the audio from my own video recordings and observe the song slowly morphing into the cover version. I extended the second program so it would also stitch together my video segments according to the same edit list and produce one video file for each of the 4 channels. These would become the raw material for a manual editing process where I'd switch between tracks and sometimes cut away to extra material. And finally, for the audio output, I switched from a single stereo file to separate files for each instrument group that I could then mix according to taste. There's one more complication. When you play certain instruments, especially percussion, the hand begins to move well before the onset of the sound. And it's important to include this movement visually in the video, because if you start playing the video clip from this point, you will essentially get a still image. Whereas for other instruments, you do want the video cut to coincide with the audio cut. So I also specified a cue point for every video clip to indicate where the note starts. And this position gets aligned with the note in the pattern data. And everything before the cue point is included in the video, but not in the soundtrack. I hope you enjoyed this music video as much as I enjoyed making it. I'm grateful to Jogeir for kindly allowing me to cover this incredible tune, and to you for watching and sharing the video. Take care and see you in the next one.